Hello students, in today's topic let us understand the production, processing, cost and nutritional aspects of beverages. This particular topic will give you insights on productional aspects of beverages, processing techniques involved, cost and nutritional importance of various beverages. Let us define beverage. Beverage is chiefly composed of water. It is a drink used for the purpose of relieving thirst and introducing fluid to the body. As well, beverages nourish the body, give stimulating or soothing effect to the individual. Many liquids or liquorous foods such as coffee, tea, cocoa, soft drinks and alcohol containing drinks are considered as beverages. These contain stimulants or flavoring agents which perform certain useful functions, but they are not essential for the proper functioning of the body. As we all know, soft drinks are non-alcoholic beverages which usually contain either syrup, essence or fruit concentrates which are mixed with water and carbonated water. The basis for all alcoholic drinks is simply either ethyl alcohol or alcohol. To have an overview, beverages may be broadly classified as non-alcoholic and alcoholic. Under non-alcoholic beverages, we have non-carbonated drinks which include fresh fruit juices, fruit drinks, nectars, coffee, tea, etc. Under the category of carbonated beverages, we have soda, colas and tonic water. The second category, alcoholic beverages, include fruits, beverages made from fruits or sap, and also the beverages made using grains. So, these are of two types, either non-distilled beverages or distilled beverages. Under the category of non-distilled beverages made using fruit or sap, we have wines, and under the distilled category using fruit or sap, we have an example of brandy. We also have alcoholic beverages which are made from grain. Under the category of non-distilled beverages made from grain, it is beer which is usually widely used, and the second category under distilled beverages using grain, we can take an example of whiskey. So, this is a broad classification. As you all know, consuming non-alcoholic beverages has become a way of life. Non-alcoholic beverages may be classified as stimulating, refreshing, nourishing, soothing and appetizing. Beverages may be classified according to their function in the body. A particular beverage may perform more than one function. Likewise, it can be either stimulating and nourishing or stimulating and refreshing, soothing and appetizing or soothing and nourishing. Let us understand each of the terminologies. Stimulating includes eggnogs made with whiskey, brandy, coffee or tea, and cocoa and chocolate beverages also have stimulating effects. The very best example is tea, which is used in our daily lives. It is believed that tea has been originated from China. The East India Company introduced it to India around 17th century, and as you all know, it has become a popular drink in India and Europe through London. Coffee is also made by boiling water and powdered coffee either with milk or without milk. The other category includes refreshing beverages, wherein we consider water, carbonated beverages which do not contain fruit juices. Sometimes even fruit juices, fresh fruit juices are considered refreshing, iced tea and buttermilk. Some common squashes and syrups available would be, which are available in the market widely, are strawberry, raspberry, orange, lemon, etc. Soda which is available is just purified carbonated water. Under the next category, we have nourishing beverages. Usually milk is used here as a best example for its nourishing properties because it is used versatilely, and the soothing function is also well met by warm milk or hot tea. And the last function is appetizing, under which we have soups, fruit juices and alcoholic drinks in limited quantity. Under the second category, we have alcoholic beverages, which includes any potable liquid containing 1 to 75% of ethyl alcohol by volume. Alcoholic beverages have been known since times of antiquity. They are judged in terms of flavor and stimulant effect, and hardly they are at all a source of calories. In case of distilled liquors, which includes whiskey, brandy, gin or rum, the calorific value is only due to consumption of alcohol. Beer and wine contain some nutrients present in the original malted barley and the fruit juice used in their preparation, and naturally their energy value would be higher than those of distilled liquors. Under alcoholic beverages, there are three main classes of beverages. Likewise, wines, malted beverages and distilled liquors. For all these, one common characteristic in their manufacture is the process of fermentation. Let us look into the productional aspects. The manufacture of beverages is one of the most competitive areas in which small businesses can operate. Competition from medium or large scale producers is most acute for these small scale traders. Many large scale producers promote their products by implying their status, by spending considerable amounts on advertising and packaging. They may also have established and sophisticated distribution systems and specific agreements with the wholesalers as well as retailers. Thus, as this gives a very idea that beverage manufacture is one of the most difficult for the small scale producers to establish as well as to succeed in. Fruit drinks are the most accessible products in technological terms. Small producers, but still there is strong competition from carbonated soft drinks, and it is necessary to establish that their demand for a certain drink before the production starts by the small scale producers. The world production of coffee is estimated at 6.7 million tons in 2005-6, and the Indian production during 2005 and 6 was 2,78,000 tons, and about 1,92,619 tons were exported from India. This has brought in a lot of foreign exchange, which amounted to rupees of 57,528 rupees per ton. Though India's export is only about 4.5% of the total world export. Now, this what we have exported is only around 4.5%. There is good demand for Indian coffee because of its superior quality and use in blending. Brazil is the largest producer of coffee in the world, and India occupied 5th position in 2005 and 6 in productivity nations. India tops in the list of production and export of tea in the world. In 2005, the world production of tea was 2.7 million tons, of which the Indian share was 1.2 million tons. Tea exported from India is mostly the black tea, and the export of green tea is very small with respect to India. India has also been exporting consumer tea packets instead of bulk tea chests and instant tea. And as we all know, the two main tea growing areas are the hilly districts of Assam and West Bengal, and the western Ghats of Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka are also highly involved in the production of tea. The next beverage category is of cocoa. The chief cocoa producing countries of the world are Ghana, Nigeria and Ivory Coast as well as Brazil. Cocoa was introduced to India from Sri Lanka, and is comparatively a new crop. Slowly, we are raising the production of cocoa, and the world production of cocoa is 3.5 million tons in 2004 and 2005. But whereas India's output is only around 6,000 tons per year. Sales of fruit and vegetable juice were boosted in 2005 by the changing lifestyles of Indian middle income group. As consumer preferences in India has shifted towards healthier drinks. Let us understand the processing techniques involved in the production of all these beverages. The ingredients and production of all the beverages vary, but the characteristics of those employed in this industry have many commonalities, as the process of harvesting raw materials, whether it be coffee beans, barley, hops or grapes. Successful beverage production requires getting the most out of the raw materials and maintaining the desired end product characteristics through safe, cost effective and sustainable multi-stage processing. Coffee processing consists of basically the removal of skin, pulp, parchment and silver screen. The quality of final product depends upon the manner of processing. Two methods are employed for processing, likewise the dry method and the wet method. In the dry method, the coffee berries are sun dried by spreading them and the coverings are removed by hulling. The beans are then cured, whereas in wet method, the ripe fruits are squeezed in a pulping machine which removes the soft outer pulp, and this leaves a slippery exposed layer of mucilage. This mucilage is removed by spontaneous fermentation. The seeds separating from the pulp are then washed and subsequently dried to a moisture content of about 12%. The green seeds are then graded and packed. So, these are the two processing techniques involved. Commercial tea is available in three forms. Likewise, black tea, green tea and oolong tea. The three forms of tea differ only in the method of processing. The basic ingredient for tea is leaves. So, the various processing techniques let us look into. First, the black tea. The leaves are withered by spreading thinly either on shelves or on the floor. They are dried till the moisture content is lowered by 40%. These withered leaves are rolled to break open the cells, and this releases the juices and enzymes. After rolling, the leaves are spread out thinly on suitable platforms and they are allowed to ferment for about 2 to 6 hours at a temperature between 21 to 27 degrees centigrade. Let us say it is a room temperature. During this process, the enzymes bring about the oxidation of various polyphenols, resulting in the change of color from green to reddish copper, and the further change is arrested by either drying or firing. This comprises passing of the fermented leaves through a chamber in which hot air is circulated, and the dried product is cleaned and sorted into various grades of tea. Later, the tea is blended before it reaches the consumer. Green tea is made in the same manner as black tea, but herein the withering and fermentation steps are omitted. Next, we have oolong tea, which is an intermediate between black and then green tea, either in color and also the production method. So, here all the steps involved in making the green tea are taken care, except that the leaves are slightly withered and fermented before they are dried. So, the next category is cocoa. In processing cocoa, the pods after harvesting are cautiously opened. The beans and mucilage are scooped out and subjected to natural fermentation. Then these beans are dried, cleaned, sorted and roasted. While roasting, the beans are passed through corrugated rollers to break their shells and they are removed by winnowing. So, the cotyledons are known as nibs, and these nibs are the major particles used in the manufacture of cocoa and chocolate. Let us understand the processing techniques involved in the production of all these beverages. The ingredients and production of all the beverages vary, but the characteristics of those employed in this industry have many commonalities, as the process of harvesting raw materials, whether it be coffee beans, barley, hops or grapes. Successful beverage production requires getting the most out of the raw materials and maintaining the desired end product characteristics through safe, cost effective and sustainable multi-stage processing. Coffee processing consists of basically the removal of skin, pulp, parchment and silver screen. The quality of final product depends upon the manner of processing. Two methods are employed for processing, likewise the dry method and the wet method. In the dry method, the coffee berries are sun dried by spreading them and the coverings are removed by hulling. The beans are then cured, whereas in wet method the ripe fruits are squeezed in a pulping machine which removes the soft outer pulp, and this leaves a slippery exposed layer of mucilage. This mucilage is removed by spontaneous fermentation. The seeds separating from the pulp are then washed and subsequently dried to a moisture content of about 12%. The green seeds are then graded and packed. So, these are the two processing techniques involved. Commercial tea is available in three forms. Likewise, black tea, green tea and oolong tea. The three forms of tea differ only in the method of processing. The basic ingredient for tea is leaves. So, the various processing techniques let us look into. First, the black tea. The leaves are withered by spreading thinly either on shelves or on the floor. They are dried till the moisture content is lowered by 40%. These withered leaves are rolled to break open the cells, and this releases the juices and enzymes. After rolling, the leaves are spread out thinly on suitable platforms and they are allowed to ferment for about 2 to 6 hours at a temperature between 21 to 27 degrees centigrade. Let us say it is a room temperature. During this process, the enzymes bring about the oxidation of various polyphenols, resulting in the change of color from green to reddish copper, and the further change is arrested by either drying or firing. This comprises passing of the fermented leaves through a chamber in which hot air is circulated, and the dried product is cleaned and sorted into various grades of tea. Later, the tea is blended before it reaches the consumer. Green tea is made in the same manner as black tea, but herein the withering and fermentation steps are omitted. Next, we have oolong tea, which is an intermediate between black and then green tea, either in color and also the production method. So, here all the steps involved in making the green tea are taken care, except that the leaves are slightly withered and fermented before they are dried. So, the next category is cocoa. In processing cocoa, the pods after harvesting are cautiously opened. The beans and mucilage are scooped out and subjected to natural fermentation. Then these beans are dried, cleaned, sorted and roasted. While roasting, the beans are passed through corrugated rollers to break their shells and they are removed by winnowing. So, the cotyledons are known as nibs, and these nibs are the major particles used in the manufacture of cocoa and chocolate. So, let us understand the very meaning of each of these terminologies of fruits. First, to know fruit juice. They are pure fresh juices with no added content. Next, it is a fruit drink which is made by liquefying the whole fruit, and at least 10% of volume of undiluted drink must be whole fruit. In the sense, it contains water or any other carbonated water. Then diluting this particular beverage before it is being served. Then we have nectars which contain normally 30% of fruit solids, and they are drunk immediately after opening. Next category includes squashes, which normally contain at least 25% of fruit pulp mixed with the sugar syrup. They are diluted to taste with water and they may contain certain preservatives. We have cordials, which are crystal clear squashes. The next category includes fruit punches, which are made by mixing the desired fruit juices at the time when it is served. The syrups are concentrated juices which are clear and they have high sugar content. Juice has been concentrated by the removal of water either by heating or freezing, which is called as concentrate. So, the steps involved in the processing of juice are: first it is a selection of fruit, next it is extraction of juice, later it is de-aerated, strained and preserved. So, first freshly picked sound and suitable varieties of fruits are selected, they are thoroughly washed, the juice is extracted by crushing and pressing the fruits. While extracting the fruit juice, other components are to be avoided which are present in the peel. The juice should not be exposed to air and is immediately de-aerated by subjecting it to high vacuum. Then this is transferred into containers which are hermetically sealed and frozen. The last category, it is the soups which are served at the beginning of all the former dinners, and these soups acts as an appetizers, they provide nourishment. In preparation of soups, less tender cuts of meat or poultry which are rich in extractives are used, which provide the ideal combination for full flavored meat stock, and this meat stock upon long cooking with a simmering temperature is essential for maximum extraction of purines. These pureed vegetables or meats may be used as such, or vegetables may be sieved after they have been cooked sufficiently to become soft. This heated puree should be added gradually to the hot sauce to prevent lumping and then curdling. Under the category of soft drinks, which constitutes the largest food industries in the world, tremendous advances have taken place in the process technology. So, here soft drinks are divided into three classes majorly, that is carbonated fruit flavors and sparkling juices which include soda water, and then the carbonated beverages in turn are divided into groups, those with artificial flavors and natural fruit flavors. The operations in a concentrate manufacturing plant are usually divided into 5 basic processes, which includes treating water, receiving raw materials, concentrate manufacturing, concentrate and additives filling, finally it is shipping of the finished products. The overall flavor of soft drink depends on the intricate balance of sweetness, tartness as well as acidity. So, let us understand the next category, alcoholic drinks. The most common examples of alcoholic beverages, as we have seen to, are wines and malted beverages, or beers and distilled liquors. So, different starting materials and different methods are used in their manufacture, but there is some common characteristic in all of them, that is the process of fermentation. This essential step is the process in which the conversion of glucose into alcohol is made. Now, let us understand the cost aspect of the beverages. Beverage processing companies face numerous challenges in today's world. The cost of raw materials, ingredients and production are all increasing. The cost of material used in the production of beverage to be sold is known as beverage cost. There are three important categories for manufacturing costs, which includes cost of materials and supplies, cost of energy, water and vehicle fuel, production and worker wages. Manufacturing costs in the beverage manufacturing industry are dominated in 2012 by the cost of materials and supplies, and the cost of materials and supplies increased from $3.3 billion in 2004 to $3.9 billion in 2012. So, the total cost of energy, water utility and vehicle fuel was introduced as a new variable during 2012. So, in cost of beverages, several factors affect farm value, likewise degree of processing required, perishability of the raw materials, seasonality of supply and transportation costs, bulk to value ratio. These are the 5 major aspects which will play a vital role and affect the farm value or the market value. Finally, it is the nutritional significance of all the beverages. As we all know, beverages are not usually consumed for their food value. As we have seen too, they have various functions. Most beverages contain a great deal of water. This does not add any nutrients to the diet. They play a very important role in maintaining body's balance by preventing dehydration. Non-alcoholic beverages likewise tea and coffee has no nutritional value unless some amount of milk is added to it. The proteins present in tea are rendered insoluble in the processing. So, the tea infusion contains negligible quantities of carbohydrates and fats. So, tea is consumed for its stimulating effect. Caffeine is present in coffee, also has stimulation effect, and its excessive use may also have undesirable effects on mental as well as physical health of the individual. It is a source of polyphenols which contribute to the bitterness of the coffee beverage. Apart from tea, coffee, cocoa is also used as a beverage which acts as a stimulant, and a number of branded preparations are available in the market. The proteins of cocoa are present in combination with polyphenols. Unlike coffee and tea, which are strained forms of beverages, cocoa and chocolate remain in the beverage and contribute to their nutritional value because of their high fat content. Cocoa products are good source of energy. As I said, milk is used in the beverages which provides nutritive value. Fruit juices are valuable from the nutritional point of view. They are rich in minerals and vitamins and also other nutritive factors, but many, particularly in the fruit drinks, contain a quite high percentage of sugar and therefore add to the energy content of the diet. Besides, fruit juices are delicious, also have universal appeal. They are best in taste, color, aroma when freshly prepared. Wide range of drinks can be manufactured which contain base material, either pulped fruit or juice. For simplicity, fruit drinks can be divided into groups as one which can be drunk immediately after opening, and those are used little by little from bottles which are stored between use, which includes the second category. They contain preservatives. In recent years, there has been growing demand for alternatives to sugar. So, diet soft drinks or heavy soft drinks are sweetened with chemicals, usually aspartame, saccharin, acesulfame, ace-sulfame, potassium, etc. are used as sweetening agents which may be claimed to cause health or other disorders. Usually, the use of fructose syrup processed from corn starch has an advantage in substantial reduction of calorie content of the drinks. The overconsumption of soft drinks should be avoided because they have numerous deleterious effects on the health, likewise obesity, osteoporosis, nutritional deficiencies as well as tooth decay. Soups are also highly nutritious, which may include certain vegetables and may also contain the cereal grits. Alcoholic drinks are judged in terms of flavor. They also have stimulating effect. They are considered to be the beverages because of their energy value. the calorific value of alcohol is 7 kilocals per gram, and excess of alcohol is consumed could add to the total calorie intake of the person. Beer and wine contain some nutrients present in original malted barley. Certain drinks contain artificial flavors and colors. The use of such additives is governed by legal requirements, and it is vital to keep these regulations in order to protect the consumer from any undesirable side effects. So, it is the duty of every producer to have a pace onto the government legal norms. So, with this, hope you have understood various technologies involved in the production of beverages, the costing of beverages, as well as their nutritional importance. Thank you.